Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is rejecting exactly from this critical area of resistance, while the price is potentially repeating this short-term warning signal, while Ethereum is now rejecting from this critical resistance in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, taking a look at the 4-day Bitcoin chart, and over the last 1 day, nothing has really changed on this chart right here. So if you're new to the channel and you want to know more about this chart, then check out my last video here on the channel. And the same thing can be said about the 3-day time frame, because over the last 1 day, nothing much has really changed on this chart right here. And so with that being said, getting straight into the daily time frame, and right now the DXY has not broken the bullish trend here in the short term, which means the DXY is still technically trending in the bullish direction, forming higher lows and higher highs. And as we can see here on this chart, time and time again, when the DXY is trending in the bullish direction, that is very often bearish for Bitcoin in terms of the trend and momentum, at least in the somewhat shorter term. And vice versa, when the DXY is trending in the bearish direction, that is almost always bullish for Bitcoin in terms of the shorter term trend and momentum. And by the way, these shorter term trends in the price of Bitcoin usually last for at least a few weeks or so, and sometimes up to a couple of months. And obviously, if you've been watching my videos over the last few weeks, you'll know that I've already been very much bearish in the short-term trend here for Bitcoin. I've been bearish because the DXY has been bullish over the last few weeks. And I have been saying this basically every day here on the channel since the price was closer towards $70,000. But of course, during this short-term bearish trend, we can see some small bounces back to the upside here and there and some sideways consolidations during the bearish trend, just like how during a bullish trend, we can see some pullbacks along the way. And so over the last 1 week, this is exactly what we have seen so far. Technically speaking, we have not confirmed a bullish trend reversal in the price of Bitcoin, which technically means we're still within the bearish trend, at least for now, until we confirm a trend reversal. And so for the time being, we're basically just seeing a bit of a break or relief from the short-term bearish trend that could still be within the bearish trend before potentially the continuation of that trend later on. And if we do end up seeing the continuation of that bearish trend, we would first of all need to see a confirmed break below $60,000 with at least a daily candle close below 60K. And in that case, we would likely see a move down towards this area of support in between around 56,500 to 58,000. And that bearish scenario, this short-term bearish trend right here, would only become invalidated, would only confirm a bullish trend reversal if we start seeing bullish reversal signals actually confirmed. So for example, breakouts above resistance, that is a reversal signal to watch out for. Or if we see a bearish trend reversal here in the DXY by forming lower lows and lower highs, that's also a bullish trend reversal signal for Bitcoin. But at least for now, we have not seen any of those bullish trend reversal signals for Bitcoin, which means at least for now, we're still technically within this short-term bearish trend. But obviously, this short-term bullish relief right here during the bearish trend was expected as well. As I said around a week ago, the daily Bitcoin RSI entered into oversold territories for the first time in many months. And when we see that signal in the daily Bitcoin RSI, it means we're likely going to stop the bearish price action, at least in the short term, just for a temporary amount of time, because essentially we need some time to reset the RSI back out of those oversold territories up towards more neutral levels, which technically can give us some more room to the downside later on. And so that's why this oversold signal in the RSI is not enough to confirm a bullish trend reversal. Once again, as I said earlier, in order to confirm that, we need to see bullish reversal signals actually confirm, like breakouts above resistance or a reversal here in the DXY. And as of right now, at the time of recording this video, we are perfectly seeing an exact rejection from this critical area of resistance that I've already been warning about over the last few days before we even saw the rejection. And once again, this resistance is still sitting in between around 63 to 64,000. So in that price range right there, there's a lot of sell pressure, a lot of resistance, and that's exactly where I said the price is likely going to struggle at. And so far, we've definitely seen a lot of struggle in that exact area as expected, and continuing to just play out some choppy sideways price action in this sideways price range as expected. And for the bulls out there, in order to expect more of a bullish trend reversal, we need to see at least a confirmed breakout back above around 64,000 with daily candle closes back above that level and ideally holding that as new support. And in that case, our next significant area of resistance to the upside is sitting at around 67 to 68,000. And above that, we have more resistance in between 72 to 74,000. But at least in the short term here, as in potentially in the coming days, possibly even over the next week or so, we could likely see a continued sideways price range just play out here in between this area of support and this area of resistance. And once again, the area of support in between 60 to 61,000 and the resistance area is in between 63 to 64,000. So once again, I would not be surprised if we see the price bounce around in this sideways price range over the coming few days, potentially over the next week or so, as one of the most likely scenarios. But if we're zooming into the shorter term on the 4-hour time frame, right now we are potentially seeing another short-term warning signal play out, which I actually warned about in my last video. I said in my last video, the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI just recently entered into overbought territories, so the opposite of oversold. And if we're looking at the last time this happened, that happened right around the beginning of June, so roughly around 1 month ago. And what came next was a bit more of a short-term pullback over the coming few days, over the next week or so. And so, like I said in my last video, we should be expecting a bit of a short-term pullback of some sort just over the next day. I said that yesterday in order to reset this RSI back to the downside here on the 4-hour time frame. And since my last video, we have seen exactly that as expected. But now that we've seen that short-term pullback play out over the last 1 day to reset this RSI out of those overbought territories, of course, right now the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI is sitting right around the middle, right at neutral levels, which is why I said just earlier, I would not be surprised if we continue to see the price just consolidate sideways in this sideways price range for the foreseeable future, just in the short term here. But even though we're seeing a bit of a sideways consolidation just play out here in the short term for the price of Bitcoin, technically speaking, we're still within that short-term bearish trend until proven otherwise. Once again, in order to invalidate that bearish trend, we need to see bullish reversal signals confirmed, which right now have not happened. But either way, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I do basically all of my trading over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is currently a massive lucky draw happening right now over on Bybit, where you can win up to $100,000 just by trading crypto on Bybit. And so once again, the first link below this video will take you to this page right here. And just by trading crypto on Bybit, you get these chances into this lucky draw where you could potentially win some free Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDT or trip to an F1 race or up to $100,000 just by trading crypto on Bybit using the link down below this video. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check that out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And with that being said, if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, as of right now, we've actually wiped out a small area of liquidity that was sitting just at around 62.1 to 62.2K. But with that being said, now that that liquidity has been taken out just in the immediate short term, our next levels of liquidity to pay attention to are sitting at around 61,000 and around 64,000. But at least for now, we do actually have a little bit more liquidity at 61K compared to around 64K. And so what that actually means, in case you're new to all of this, usually the price of Bitcoin moves towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if it's close to the price. And so it is quite likely that sometime soon over the next 1 day or so, it's very likely that we could take out that liquidity at around 61K approximately, which would mean the price still bouncing around in this sideways price range. And with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, and right now the price of ETH is also still bouncing around sideways in this sideways price range in between the 50% retracement level sitting at around 33.50 acting as support, and this previous Fibonacci level sitting at around 34.80 acting as resistance. And just like Bitcoin, even though we're playing out a bit of a sideways consolidation, a slight relief from the bearish trend, at least for now, we have not actually confirmed a bullish trend reversal. So for all we know, this could just be a bit of a short-term pause during this short-term bearish trend before potentially the continuation of that trend later on, kind of like what we saw just here. And if we're zooming into the 12-hour time frame, as of right now, we technically still have an active bullish divergence playing out, which is resulting in this slight relief from the short-term bearish trend. But as I mentioned recently here on the channel, even though we're seeing this bullish divergence playing out right now, the price of ETH is still struggling around this critical level of resistance in the short term, sitting at around 34.50. And so just recently, we've actually seen another small rejection from that exact level of resistance only a few days after we saw that previous rejection from that exact same level of resistance that I've been talking about recently here on the channel. And even if we see a confirmed breakout back above 34.50 and back above 34.80 with candle closes back above those levels to confirm that breakout, even in that case, we still have strong resistance in between around 3.6K to 36.50. And we're actually in a very similar situation right now based on multiple factors compared to what we saw right back here, because back there we also saw a short-term bullish divergence play out between the price and the RSI. As we can see, we have lower lows in the price back then and higher lows in the RSI. And so what we saw next was a bit of a short-term bullish relief during that bearish trend, but the price still struggled multiple times from that critical area of resistance. And so we ultimately saw a continuation of that bearish trend later on because we failed to break out above resistance. We failed to confirm a bullish trend reversal signal. And so that is why a bullish divergence by itself, or these RSI signals basically right here, do not necessarily confirm a trend reversal. They are just good short-term signals during a trend. But in order to really confirm an actual trend reversal in the price, we need to see other bullish trend reversal signals confirm, like confirmed breakouts above significant resistance, for example, back above around 36.50, which at least for now has not happened. But while this bullish divergence is still playing out, even though the trend might still be bearish, of course, we're still in that bit of a pause during the bearish trend. So at least just in the immediate short term, as in over the next couple of days or so, I would not be surprised if we continue to see more choppy sideways price action just in the immediate short term here. And another reason why we're also still playing out that short-term bullish relief during the bearish trend is because the 8-hour RSI roughly around a week ago entered into oversold territories, and usually this means we're due to see a bit of a bullish relief, or at the very least some choppy sideways price action, usually over the next week, give or take. And so we're also still seeing that signal play out, which once again I've been talking about over the last 1 week, and so far has been playing out basically exactly as expected. And with that being said, taking a look at the price of Solana on the 12-hour time frame, and like I said in my last video, things are finally starting to look a lot more bullish right now for the price of Solana, because previously, just a few days ago, we saw that confirmed breakout above this critical area of resistance, which was previous support, by the way, and that's sitting in between around 140 to 144. And then after we confirmed that breakout with a couple of candle closes above 144, we then saw a retesting this area to actually flip it into new support. And we held that area as new support, which is bullish price structure. And what we're also seeing right now, just in the short term here, is indeed an inverse head and shoulders pattern, because we've already seen the left shoulder, the head, and right now we have actually completed the formation phase for the right shoulder, but we still need to confirm the breakout above the neckline in order to confirm the actual pattern. And in case you're wondering, the neckline, so the point that we need to break out above with candle closes confirming above this level, is sitting at around 151 approximately. So ideally breaking out back above around 151 to 152 with candle closes above that level to confirm this inverse head and shoulders pattern and a further bullish trend reversal. And in fact, in that case, if we see a confirmed breakout back above around 151 to 152, then in that case, that would set up a bullish price target, which would be sitting at close to $180. And so from the point of the breakout to that price target, that would be nearly a 20% move, around an 18 to 19% move to the upside in the price of Solana, if we actually confirm the breakout and complete the price target, complete the pattern. But it's also important to understand that even if we confirm this breakout back above around 151 to 152 to confirm this price target in play, we still have other important resistance levels between now and then that the price could still struggle at. And so above 151 to 152, the next significant level of resistance is sitting at around $160. And above that, we also have a lot of resistance in between 170 to 175 and more resistance at around 183 to 187. But overall, despite the resistance left to the upside, things, like I said in my last video, things are already starting to look a lot more bullish right now for the price of Solana, because we're already confirming some early bullish price structure, like flipping previous resistance into new support. So all we really need to see now is just breakouts above these resistance levels to flip a lot more bullish. For example, a breakout back above around 151 to 152 to confirm this inverse head and shoulders pattern. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.